Hammers, build your body and your bank. Check out how to earn 10K per month plus with my business intelligence, finance technology, consultant training accelerator program. Link in the description. Welcome back. All right. Good news. We are on the way to the gym. Not so good news. It's 3:37 a.m. That's fine. I'm going to get it done. Quick overview, especially if you're new here. I'm doing a bulk to 180 pounds. I started at 130. In 2 years, I got to 170. And that was fairly easy. I'm not going to say fairly easy because I put in the work and I went consistently, but the gains came fast when I put in the work and went consistently. Now it's hard for a few reasons. One, I'm around 3.5 years into it now. The first year, I was just doing cardio, so I'm not going to count that one. But in 24 months, I did put on 130 to 170, so that's 40 pounds of muscle. I want to get to 180 at 8%. And I think it should be possible for me to put on 5 pounds of muscle a year now if I do everything correctly. But basically, before, what I did was 3 protein shakes a day, each with a scoop of creatine and a scoop of oatmeal. And I know 3 protein scoops a day seems excessive. Is it safe and all that? It's just dried milk. Just get a healthy, high quality protein and you'll be fine. So I did that. I trained to failure. I used what I call intensity techniques, supersets, drop sets, partial reps, static holds, and so on. So from my experience, I used to work out before when I was like 15 to 18, and I wanted to be a professional bodybuilder. I put in 3 years of solid work back then. I got good results, not as good as now, but very good results anyways. And I realized that you need steroids if you want to compete at the Mr. Olympia, which essentially just fully shattered my dreams. And I completely gave up the sport actually for 10 years. And then I was like, you know what? I could just train like I'm a professional bodybuilder, even though I don't want to use any enhancements. So here we are. I restarted that journey and lo and behold, I put on 40 pounds of muscle. Amazing. So it looks like natural bodybuilding definitely still works. I got into it for cognitive benefits. I was doing high intensity interval training so I could focus better and all of that, but the bug took over. So today we're going to work out arms, and that entails biceps, triceps, and shoulders. Now, typically I average about 100 sets a week during my regular schedule. I count supersets and drop sets as a full set, just a FYI. That's why the numbers are high, because most of my sets are supersets. But I think it's fair because you put in the work, it brings results, and then you're doing a set, you're just not taking a break. Yeah, so before I was doing around 80 to 100 sets a week. Right now I'm doing around 40 gym sets and 40 at-home sets. And what that means is I have a dumbbell. So I changed my schedule from every other day, which is ideal for me for muscle growth. Every day was actually worse. I changed it to every other day while I'm scaling up my academy. But every morning I take a dumbbell and I do biceps, triceps, and shoulders, 30 reps. And I go to failure twice with the rest pause. So that adds about 40 sets a week. I know it's just a home workout, but that's my technique. Every day I'm doing that, and every other day I'm going to the gym and I'm either doing chest and back or arms or legs. And one of the key things for my crazy growth, people say 20 pounds of muscle a year is at the genetic limit of what humans can do naturally. So I did that 2 years in a row. How? Okay, so my first year of actually like switching to weights and hypertrophy specific training, going hard and all of that, I did 9 sets of 20 rep squats all the way up, all the way down. And the leg is a big muscle group, so it does some magic. It releases more testosterone and just your overall physique just explodes. So I have to say that was a game changer. Currently I'm doing something different. I'm doing a bit of supersets of quad extensions and 4 to 6 sets of squats, hack squats, supersetted, and I'm trying to increase the weight. So the first 8 to 12 reps are heavy load, and then after that I remove a plate and I superset it like a drop set style and so on. But the first year I just put on 45 pound plates, 20 reps, all the way up, all the way down for 9 sets, and that would destroy my legs. And we're working amazing, but after a year I wanted to experiment and all of that. And I needed to progressively overload. I needed to increase the weight, which is hard to do when you're doing 9 sets, 20 reps. Even going up by 5 pounds for the full 9 sets is just like super hard. So in came the new overload technique. But yeah, so that's the basic gist of things. So today, I need to go hard. I need to hunt failure because I'm going to be in the gym every other day. So I need to make each session absolutely deadly. And we will do that. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a maximum set of pull-ups. 3 sets of pull-ups with partial reps, and these I can go to failure. So I'm going to put all my effort in and I'm going to go to failure on these pull-ups. I like doing that to start, to kick things off. And I feel very lazy because I've just been sitting on my desk in front of my computer. I had to extract myself. So I should do 10 minutes of stair climber as well. I should do that because cardiovascular exercise, longevity, cognitive benefit. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do 3 sets of pull-ups. Oh, sorry, one set of maximum pull-ups with partial reps, then 10 minutes of stair climber, and then calves. Okay, I'm going to do 5 minutes of stair climber because I have to do accessories for calves. Calves is going to be what's called an ignition set, where I do 20 slow reps to pre-exhaust them, and then after that I do a 5-level drop set with partial reps on each, and in just that one working set, it just absolutely annihilates them. I feel it in my calves for 3 days after. So I'm going to do that for the accessory lift, and then we'll do arms. And let's go inside. We'll resume the conversation there. All right. You know what? I think I'll start with the stair climber, just because my body feels all creaky. I'm on the stair climber. So I did make good progress. I started a new blog, The Deadly Consultant. And I've come to the realization that even if my training academy is really good, I think I need to provide free value, because without that, people won't know what it's about. So I think 80% of the stuff I'm going to be able to teach on my blog and my videos. And then the people that are really interested, the last 20%, they can choose to join the academy and so on. So that's been the diversion, and also learning email marketing, creating a second channel, The Deadly Consultant. What does that mean? It means it means a consultant who is extremely competent, okay? And I followed the approach where I wanted to be competent from the technical perspective and the project management perspective, and I wanted the competency in all 3 methodologies. So waterfall, agile, and product management. They each have their critiques. Waterfall is like a linear format. By the time you finish, testing happens all in one go, and you don't know which was the developer that made the changes, so it takes a long time. So they introduced Agile, which is great. They shorten the project life cycle to a 2-week sprint, and they do the whole project life cycle in that sprint, including demo to the customer, which is awesome. But it became like building features for the sake of features without measuring if they're actually delivering value. So that became that thing's downfall. Then came product management. Product management is a scientific approach to deducing if the feature should be built. So it tackles a separate issue regardless. Okay, I'm gonna stop ranting on that angle, but I made significant progress on the training academy and the blog and so on. One thing I did not realize is how much effort this was all gonna be. I was sleeping under my table last month. I stopped because I started developing a rash on my triceps. I just take half the blanket, put it on the ground, and just literally sleep there. And I'm trying to think if this is more effort than my aerospace engineering degree. That was a lot of effort. So I'm not gonna say it's more effort than that, but 70 to 80 hour weeks. 1 week I hit 88. I'm gonna round it up to 90. So a lot of effort. Progress is coming, but it takes some effort. Yeah. All right, I'm 4 minutes into this stair climber thing. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, the first challenger appears, and I will have defeated this exercise if I do the reps cleanly, all the way up, all the way down, and I push to failure, and I do my partial reps. And I like stepping on like this because it doesn't waste energy. Oh, I feel the burn now. I'm gonna take a dead hang at 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Alright, sweet. Alright, so I'm gonna jump straight into the accessory lift for today, which is calves. So I do calves with arms because arms is relatively easy. So I work out calves with chest and back with the accessory lift is traps. So not too heavy of a weight for the first ignition set. And the point here is to pre-exhaust. So I'll go through full range of motion. Well, it's a bit tricky because the shoes keep slipping downwards, but I can readjust my feet placement as needed. And I need to adjust this as well. I'm putting it down so the weights don't touch at the most bottom position. So pretty much for this exercise, the important part is the full stretch. And if you just hold it there, you'll really feel it too. So once I get the full stretch, then I do the rep. And you should really wake it up. If you do it like this, they start becoming hard around 5. So it's pretty effective. I can tell they're getting tired because the reps become slower. Yeah, they're almost at failure, even though this is an ignition set. So I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to feel the burn. Try to get a couple more in. Okay, I'm going to switch to partials because that one really burnt. The partials, I want to work the deepest part, the most stretched part. Just the most stretched part, that 5% from the most stretched, that's the rep I'm going for. All right, the working set is here, and that last set actually took me to pretty much right at failure. That was only with 30 pounds. So if you do it right, even those are really effective. Okay, so I'm gonna start at 60 pounds now. I'm gonna do the reps properly, might only get 2 or 3. And then one level at a time, I'm gonna do drop sets. So 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 5 to 6 level drop set. Right. I'll find the full stretch again. Yeah, 4 feels pretty close to failure. But if I push really slow, I can probably get one more. Alright, that was failure. Okay, so I'm going to switch to partials now. I'll make sure I keep my knees straight, otherwise the soleus takes over instead of the gastro. Okay, and then about a 5-second rest pause. So what this does is it keeps you right at the edge of failure. So each rep becomes effective when you run down the rack like this. Otherwise, if you start at a light weight and do high volume, then only the last 25% of the reps are really effective. But if you start at a heavy weight and lower it gradually, each rep is effective. Even that one rep. Alright, that's failure. Partials. I don't know if you guys can even see them from back there because the partials are so small range of motion, but because they're at the most stretched part, they actually really burn. I need to keep my chin straight and stuff because the lines are fine, chest up, chin height. Although I'm tempted to look down to get extra reps. Okay, that's failure. These partials. I can feel the calves just engorge with blood, and the ending of those reps are just pure burning sensations in a good way. The skin around my calves feel like it's tightening because of the expansion of the muscle from the blood rushing in the pump. So it does feel good, but they're also near failure. Alright, that's failure. Partials. Oh, these feel great. Those are good sets. Okay, this is gonna be the last drop set. Feeling the stretch. The burn starts picking up. Full stretch and then up. Just one rep like that roasts them. Okay, failure. Partials. Okay, straight to shoulders. All right, time for shoulders. All right, so first things first, ignition set, which is another word for pre-exhaustion. Different from warm-up. And I'm gonna do 20 pounds with 20 reps. Nice and controlled. And that'll prime me up for the next 2 working sets. Now I have been doing deltoid raises almost daily, so these feel easier. And the reason for that is I'm on the every other day workout schedule. So I'm doing bicep curls 30 reps, side laterals 30 reps, and triceps 30 reps every morning until I can get back to my normal schedule. All right, time for the working set. So 30 pounds, 16 side laterals, then 16 partial reps, drop set, then the same thing with the 20 pounds. And that'll be the first working set. And I haven't been doing shoulder presses in 3 years, and my shoulders have been responding extremely well to these. Okay, shoulders did get stronger from the daily 20-pound dumbbell work I've been doing, because usually I need rest pause for getting to 16, which is fine because rest pauses is an intensity technique as long as it's less than 5 seconds. I like this nighttime schedule. Wake up at 2 p.m. and work till 6 a.m. It's actually Floyd Mayweather's schedule. Now the only downside is you get raccoonite, but it's not permanent. The schedule is temporary. Okay, I feel the burn on 9, including in my traps. Okay, I gotta get to 16. Rest pause. Okay, that's 13. Need 3 more. And partials. $16 partials. All right, second working set. And the last for this exercise. 17 plus 13 and 13 plus 13. That's the target for this. I like to get the first 5 super clean. It's like a mental trick, so I don't rush it. Okay, we're on 8. Okay, I'm gonna have to do them in ones because the shoulders are fatigued. 9. 10. All right, maybe the shoulders did not get stronger. Okay, I'm gonna take a rest pause with the dumbbells on the ground because they're very fatigued and I'm far away from 17. All right, that should be good. That was tough, tougher than usual. All right, 13 push. My grip is giving out. Okay, still need my partials. Okay, that's gonna be hard. Shoulders did get weaker. Okay, 3 more. All right, done. All right, I like doing these. I call them crossbody side laterals because they give a really nice stretch. The cable pulls that way and it gives a stretch that just free weights just can't. But I don't use a lot of weights for this because the shoulders have already been exhausted from the last workout. So it's more of a mind muscle connection movement and a stretch. Right there is the maximum stretch. So I'll do these. Usually I do left hand first. I don't know why I did right today, but I'll do these, then partials. That'll be shoulders. I'm gonna take a rest pause and go for a couple more. They're done. Okay, so partials. These partials I can just do a high volume and really finish the shoulders off. I usually do about 20. All right, left arm, same thing. Got the stretch, and then I start. It's one of those that feels pretty easy, and then all of a sudden you can't do another one. Alright, cheated that one. Okay. I'm going to work the left arm a little bit more because A, it's non-dominant. B, the right one just feels a lot more roasted than the left. So I'll take a rest pause. It is exhausted because I cannot get a rep, but it doesn't feel like it. All right, shoulders are done. All right, next is triceps, 30 pounds, 20 reps, overhead press behind the back. It's just an ignition set to start. So nice and controlled and all of that. Oh, you gotta adjust this. So I do consciously stand as close to the pulley as I can. That way the cable goes straight down instead of at an angle. Yeah, at 16 it's getting pretty tough. So what I do is I transfer the load onto my lats. For a rest pause. 18. Let's see. Okay, so this is the working set. 50 and 30 pounds. I'm gonna do a drop set, both with partial reps. That's 5. Last time I got 8. All right, that's 8. I'll do a rest pause. Okay, that's not happening. They're a failure. And I missed my partials. But that's fine. Going for that 9th rep was a good idea. It roasted though. Yeah, I'll pause there. Okay, so this is the last working set for the triceps, and I like to go heavy on this one. It's just a classic tricep push down, but I do a multi-level drop set with partials, and pretty much I just throw the kitchen sink at it. Now, I don't know how much weight to use because I wrote it down for Freebird, not Fit for Less gym, but we're gonna go with 70 pounds, which is about 60% of the stack. Yeah, I'm gonna do a rest pause with the starting weight. That feels really good. So that's 7 reps. So that's right on the money. So 71 pounds is perfect. All right. Knock it down by 10 pounds. That only gives me like 1 or 2 reps, but those are quality. So I'm at 50 pounds now. That is 44 pounds. Now I got a little easier. Oh, not for long. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit more rest pause. Those really roast the triceps nicely. But they recovered in like 5 seconds. All right, this is gonna be the last one. I'm knocking it down by two levels. We're at 22 pounds now. Partials, they failed. Wow, just that one exercise, so good. I have a massive tricep pump right now. That's a really, the run down the rack is a really good exercise. That's my left one. I can barely flex them. Not the. All right, last exercise, biceps. So this is 80-pound barbell, not the easy bar. It doesn't get you the right contraction. Hits the brachialis, not the biceps. We're gonna go for 10 plus 6. And then 6 partials. So this is going to be 6 plus 7 with 80 and then 5 plus 5 with 60. So it's going to be a drop set, both with partials. The last exercise. All right. So I got my reps, which is good. Now 5 plus 5. That 60 feels heavier than the 80 now. Oh, 2 more. Cheated that last one. All right, sweet. I know not a volume for those, but there's also the pull-ups in the beginning which hit them. All right, workout completed. Feels good. Last time I finished at this time, I was nauseous. Right now, it feels it's just pretty good. So probably because it's arms. All right, let's do the pump check. We'll start with front double bicep. Okay, and then most muscular. And then side tricep. Left side I can't do like that. All right, back to the bicep. And front abs. Okay, let's see. What am I forgetting? Maybe you'll do a close-up of the triceps. I don't have a mirror, so hopefully it comes out good. Arms feel pretty good, even though I'm working out every other day. I got all my reps. Oh, rear lat spread. And front lat spread. I learned to do the vacuum a little better. All right, that's it for today. Solid workout. I'll see you guys in 2 days. We will do legs. That'll be killer. See you guys then. Hey, are you interested in project management consulting? Check out my blog where you can get a free roadmap on how to earn $10,000 per month or more in BI-FinTech consulting. That's business intelligence, finance technology consulting. Pretty much that's a fancy way of saying project management consulting in software data projects. This is my core expertise. I studied aerospace engineering, then pivoted, then became a professional project manager and cloud solutions architect. I can teach you how to do this. If you're looking to supercharge your career, be sure to check out my blog and roadmap. Totally for free, link in the description.